Our mindset controls our future. Over 50 years ago, I found a process that allowed me to control my mindset, improve my mindset before I began working on a goal or an objective. This enabled me to easily and happily achieve the objective. It's in my book, Success by Emotions. It's all there. It will enable you in the area of any goal you set to set the mindset you need, to create the mindset you need, to develop the mindset you need to achieve that goal. It's a process, but it's a process that takes hours and saves months. I did it, you can do it. I did it 56 years ago, and I've been doing it ever since, and it has led me to success after success after success. When we're born, we have a perfect mindset. No false ideas about ourselves. And so we can learn to run, talk, play, paint. Everybody that's 3 can paint confidently and happily. Now, I try to paint and I'm nervous I can't do it because I have false ideas about myself that tell me I can't paint. I am still the person I was when I was born. But I have accumulated false ideas about myself. Most of them come from my ancestors, but they come from television, movies, social stuff on the internet. I don't even know how to say it because I don't use it, but I'm too old to enjoy it. And I'm too happy to want anybody to criticize me because I have a happy, successful mindset. Why? Because I've used the tool, the process in this book to create, over the years, a happy, successful version of who I am. And I love who I am. You can do the same. Learn to love who you are by creating a mindset of the person that you will love. When we plant corn, we always get corn. When we plant wheat, we always get wheat. I should say always. I planted corn and I got corn, but I also got some weeds. Some things just get in the way naturally, and I think that's where the false ideas come in. They're just there. They're just hanging around the universe, waiting for us to accept them, incorporate them. And once we incorporate them, we believe them, and we hold on to them, and they are true for us. That's why the false ideas we have about ourselves keep us from seeing who we really are. Keep us from seeing that we have all we need to succeed. What does the process do? It allows us to set a goal and create a version of ourselves who has already achieved that goal. And then surround that with so much emotions that we believe that version more than we believe the current version that's full of lies. Lies that are keeping us from seeing we have all we need to succeed. But as we love this version more, it eliminates the lies related to that goal. It creates a mindset of somebody who has already achieved that goal. And with the mindset created and the lies eliminated, the false ideas about ourselves eliminated, achieving the goal is easy. And we do it in a fraction of the time. Sometimes half the time, sometimes a third the time. If it's something that has a set time for you to cover, then it'll be half the energy, a third the energy. It always works because it's based on natural law. Let me tell you a little bit about how it works. This is a goal sheet that's in the back of the book, Success by Emotions. You write your goal. The goal I'd like you to begin with is to become a winner, or to become more of a winner if you already see yourself as a winner. You don't see yourself as the winner that you really have the potential to be. You're on the way because you've accomplished some things in your life, but let me really open the door for you. Then you set a completion date. I'd like it to be 2 or 3 weeks out. This is something you're not becoming a total winner, you're becoming more of a winner. So you can move in that direction. Then you write down 2 or 3 benefits that are going to come to you as you have the mindset that you are more of a winner. And then you write down 3 or 4 emotions that will come to you, or that you'll be feeling after you have become more of a winner. These are the benefits you'll have after you become more of a winner. These are the emotions you'll be feeling after you become more of a winner. Then you go through the sheet. You read the goal and you read the emotions. Now the emotions that I'm like are gratitude, happiness or joy, excitement, satisfaction, peace, contentment. Any emotions that appeal to you, just pick 3 or 4. This is a small goal, so just have a few. So you read the goal and then you read the emotions. Then you read the first benefit and you read the emotions. You read the second benefit and you read the emotions. And each time you read an emotion, try to feel it more deeply. You read a benefit and then the emotions. Then you go back and read the goal and read the emotions. Read a benefit and read the emotions. By the time you've gone through this sheet 2 or 3 or 4 times, you will have reached step 1 in the process. Step 1 is that you believe you're going to become more of a winner. And then you keep doing the same thing. Just you're using this sheet to help you say these emotions over and over and over again. And you do it maybe 5 or 10 times, and you'll come to a place where you're convinced that you're more of a winner. And then you stick with it, and you keep, and this is the hard part. This is where everything that we succeed in life requires work. This is where the work from this comes. You just keep saying these emotions, even though you're feeling like it's a waste of time, that it's stupid, that whatever you're feeling, just keep saying these emotions. Because your false ideas, your lies that you've been telling yourself, most of them have come from other places, are fighting against your doing this. They're at risk. They're threatened. The first time you use this tool is by far the hardest. That's why I'm having you start on a very small goal, because you're overcoming the false ideas that this tool doesn't work, and you're overcoming the false ideas about yourself that you don't have what it takes to become more of a winner. You already are. You were born that way. You just can't see it. So you just keep saying these emotions over and over and over again, because these false ideas are held in place by emotions. You're just going to create more emotions around the idea that you have succeeded than exist around the false ideas that are holding you back. And when that happens, you reach step 3, and you know you'll succeed. Then your mind begins to help you. The whole universe seems to help you. Our minds are incredible. When these false ideas about ourselves are in place, we can't succeed, because our minds are wired to act in harmony with the way we see ourselves. with our current mindset. If our current mindset is that we're going to struggle, then we're going to struggle. If we create the new mindset that says we can succeed, then we can succeed because our minds will work in harmony with that mindset instead of this one when that one becomes the one we love the most. It works every time. It's a process, and if you'll use the process, you can become more of a winner. You can get the mindset of being more than a winner. And then you can go on and achieve other goals. You want more things in your life, you can have all of them because you now have the tool. You begin to think differently. Before I discovered this tool, when I ran into a problem, I said, oh dear, there's your problem. Now when I ran into a problem, I get excited because I've got a tool that can solve every problem I run into. This is a process that solves problems. This is a process that allows you to change your mindset. And once you get the correct mindset, you can succeed at anything you try. Now, when you're trying to get to the top, when you're trying to make more money, you're competing, and there's only one person that can be the smartest, one person that can be the richest, one person that can be the president of your company, one person, it's the higher you go, the more limited the potential for you to be there. On the other hand, when it comes to becoming better as a person, the higher you go, the more opportunity you have. So one of the main ways to use this process is to become a better person. And the more you become a better person, the easier it is for you to achieve all the goals you set. So it's okay to go after these goals, but realize that becoming a better person makes it easier to achieve them. And also, far more important, it's not what we accomplish in this life that really matters. It's who we become in the process of doing it. Because that's what really counts. It's how we become better, more of who we can be, that's really important. It's all in my book, Success by Emotions. I hope you'll take the time to use it. I've given you enough to prove to yourself the tool works. Please then take the time to buy the book and use the book and become more and more of who you have the potential to be. We're trying to take the first step for you and give you all you need to use the process and reach your first goal. Then I hope you'll buy the book and use it to more accurately, more successfully use the tool and become more and more of who you have the potential to be. Good luck. I know you can do it because it's based on natural laws that always work. You accumulate emotions, enough of them, you change your mindset. It always works. Good luck.